lamenting parental meddling in their personal affairs. Conservatives say that deference to elders and humility towards strangers are national traits based on Confucian values, which is sadly being eroded by modern ideas.
One told your correspondent that eroded by modern ideas. One told your correspondent
that Confucius wanted to live in Korea because his inhabitants were so polite.
The claim that is hard to verify. 2,000 years inhabitants were so polite. The claim that is hard to verify. Because its inhabitants were so polite. The claim that is hard to verify.
The claim that is hard to verify.
2,500 years after the sage's demise, that is hard to verify. 2,500 years after the sage's demise.
2,500 years after the sage's demise.
But even if the invocation of Confucianism
says more about the invoker's disdain
social convention or nostalgia or about the invoker's disdain for social convention. Confucianism says more about the invoker's disdain for social convention or nostalgia says more about the invoker's disdain for social convention.
Social convention.
Nostalgia for a non-existent past
or nostalgia for
social convention. Nostalgia for a non-existent past
or nostalgia for an unexistent past
than about the tradition itself.
than about the tradition itself.
That still reflects its enduring influence.
Mr. Rowe of George Mason University argues that Confucianism forms part of South Korea's social subconscious, which leads people to assume and chafe against certain social norms, even if they rarely think about their origins. If you ask a random stranger in the street, they won't say they're Confucius, he says. They won't say they are Confucian, he says. But they'll still be aware of certain expectations about how to behave as a sibling, a child, an employee, which are connected to those ideas. Mr. Kim agrees that Confucian values are a living influence on Korean society, but they are increasingly in conflict with newer ideas about individual freedom. Personal autonomy, sexual equality, and the like. As elsewhere, supplementing disputes. About how liberal a society should be, into blanket reverence or disdain for traditional values, does not make the underlying argument any easier to resolve.